This week, we've got the long-awaited 2025 Heidel Ball sale, giving us the 1+1 Pearl packs, an extreme number of discounted deals, along with, of course, some nice RNG boxes. We'll, of course, go over all the highlights of this week's sales in this video. So, first things first, we've got the Pearl sales. For those who don't already know, the 1+1 Pearl packs have traditionally been the cheapest and best way to purchase pearls in BDO. You are essentially getting double the pearls compared to buying pearls normally, with the 1+1 Special Pearl Boxes 2 and 3. They are being sold for 10,000 and 6,000 A coins. If you are someone who has bought pearls in the past or are considering buying pearls in BDO, these are by far the best deals so far. Now, oddly enough, the most expensive box, the Special Pearl Box 1, costing 20,000 A coins, doesn't give as much value as the 1+1 pearls. This pack only gives you 50% more pearls rather than the 100% more pearls you get from the cheaper 2 boxes. Of course, if you believe that you will spend more pearls than the 1+1 pearl boxes can give, then this will still be a lot better than buying pearls at full price. However, it's still definitely way less value than the 1+1 pearl boxes. Overall, the 1+1 pearl boxes are absolutely great for people who buy pearls, and you can always save the pearls for future sales even if you don't want to get any of this week's sales. That being said, they do come back multiple times a year, so it is more than fine skipping these if you don't think you'll be buying pearls in the next couple of months. With the pearl boxes out of the way, next up we got the RNG boxes for this week. Interestingly enough, PA took one of the rarer prizes from the Badump gift box, the Sweet Premium Enhancement Boxes, and are just selling them packaged together for Heidel Ball. You can buy them for 21,375 pearls for a 25 pack, or 8,550 pearls for a pack of 10. Either way, each box will cost you 855 pearls to get, so it doesn't really matter which one you buy. Simply looking at these boxes by themselves, they do look pretty compelling. All their contents are pretty high tier, including only crons, stacks, and origins of dark hungers. These are all endgame items that endgame players will always have a need for and can take advantage of. Value for pearl wise though, it does get a little bit interesting. Since these boxes were a end prize for another RNG box, or only sold as a part of bigger packs and never sold individually on the Pearl store, the pre-discount price and discount rate that PA shows on the store is a little bit arbitrary. To find out the real value and Pearl discount you'll be getting, you need to find the average value you will likely get if you open one of these boxes. Since these were one of the better drops in the Badump gift boxes we've analyzed in the past, we do know the average pearl value you can expect when you open one of these Sweet Premium Enhancement boxes. We calculated this number simply by getting the chances of obtaining each item and multiplying it by the pearl value of each of those items. On average, you're expected to get around 3,700 pearl value per box. Since each box in this pack is being sold for 855 pearls, on average, you'll be getting a discount equivalence of 77%. If you only care about crons, you're still getting a pearl value of 2,731 pearls on average, with a discount equivalence of 69%. That is honestly very compelling for an RNG box and very competitive, if not better, than some of the best RNG boxes that we've seen before. The previous best RNG boxes, the Blacksmith's Shiny Box, had a discount equivalence of 73% and a cron-only discount equivalence of 64%. Now granted, this is the discount equivalence at full price and not including any sales or packs that they usually come a part of. Since the Blacksmith Shiny Box is an older RNG box now, they do sometimes rerun on the Pearl store at a discounted price. The more recent step-up pack with the Blacksmith Shiny Boxes had a much higher discount equivalence of 83% and a cron-only discount equivalence of 78%. The reason for this though is because it came with a lot more bonus items and had a pretty big sale attached to it. That being said though, these Sweet Premium Enhancement Boxes at this price is still a pretty decent deal, as we can't always expect PA to release insane step-up deals that include the best RNG boxes. You are still getting a decent 77% discount equivalence with this pack, with a lot of pretty high value items. Later, we will go over some strategies to make these boxes even better, so do look at that part if you're interested in buying these boxes. Overall though, I would say, especially with the 1+1 Pearl packs being sold this week, I would say that these are a pretty decent RNG box to get. Now, as I have to say with every RNG box, do keep in mind that because they are RNG, you can always get more or less than the calculated average. You will also be taxed extremely higher than usual if you sell any of these Pearl items gotten from RNG boxes onto the central market, so definitely don't do that and don't buy these if you intend to do that. Now, with the basic calculations out of the way, there are always things you can do to make these packs even better. Since these packs are considered travel aid, if you have any travel aid or general discount coupons, you can always use them here. Since the 1+1 Pearl packs come with loyalties, one option will always be to get the 30% coupon on the loyalty store to buy these items. If you don't have the loyalties to get this coupon, we do have a very great value pack this week to buy. And that pack comes with a nice discount coupon. If you are someone who is considering buying the 25 Sweet Premium Enhancement Pack, definitely look at this pack. This pack is none other than the refreshing Festivities Begin pack for only 2,655 pearls. What makes this pack quite insane is that it comes with a 20% discount coupon. Even ignoring all the other items in this pack, if you buy this pack for 2,655 pearls, then use the coupon on the Sweet Premium Enhancement Box of 25, you will end up saving pearls, as that coupon will save you 4,275 pearls, more than the cost of the pack itself. Getting this pack first is a complete no-brainer if you're buying the 25 Sweet Premium Enhancement Boxes. But what if you aren't completely sold on the 25X boxes? After all, they aren't the best RNG box deals that we've seen in the recent month. Can the value of this refreshing Festivities Begin pack plus the Sweet Premium Enhancement Box outscale the Blacksmith Shiny Box Step-Up pack that we had 2 weeks ago? Well, to see the total value of the refreshing Festivities Begin pack, we simply add up all the values of the items. Most of these are relatively basic, but some item values may be up to the player. The Resplendent Journey box we valued based on the 300 cron choice, but if players chooses maids or other items, they may get slightly more pearl value. The value of drop buffs or other items are definitely based on the player, and it may be higher or lower depending on what you value. In total, we have the value of this pack be around 14,000 pearls, with 7.8 thousand of that value coming from crons only. This is similar to an 81% discount, which is pretty good. But do keep in mind that the items contained in this pack are a lot worse than simply crons and stacks, so it's not necessarily that good. As a standalone pack though, not bad if you just want to use the items, and maybe use the discount coupon on something cheap. Now what makes this pack really nice is if the coupon is used on an expensive pack, such as the previously mentioned 25 times Sweet Premium Box pack. All we need to do is add the values of both packs together for a total value of around 106,000 pearls. We then take the 20% off the price of the Sweet Premium pack, while adding the cost of the Refreshing Festivities pack. With that, we get a total cost of 19,755 pearls, which is expected. This is less than the cost of buying the Sweet Premium Enhancement Box at full price, since the 20% off discount coupons saves you even more pearls. With these numbers though, this entire process of buying the Refreshing Festivities Begin pack, then using the 20% coupon on the Sweet Premium Enhancement Boxes, gives us a total discount equivalence of 81% and a cron-only discount equivalence of 74%. Even though this is still slightly lower than the blacksmith step-up sale, it is still pretty close and likely going to be one of the better deals we get for RNG boxes. If you are someone who has gotten a lot of pearls with the 1+1 packs and like buying RNG boxes, these packs are going to be a pretty good deal. If you are patient, it is definitely possible that they do an even better sale in the future, as it has been done before, but we really don't know when that will be. I will most certainly expect this to be one of the better RNG box sales for quite a while. That being said, this sale does last until July 10th though, so if you want to wait to see if there are any other better sales coming after Heidel Ball, it will likely be a better idea to wait until after Heidel Ball to see what happens. But that's basically it for this RNG box. A pretty decent sale, but not the most insane thing that we've ever seen. Moving on to the rest of the sales though, we do have some pretty decent 50% off sales. Most of these are relatively more basic consumables, but definitely worth getting if you need to use these items. The usefulness of these items are definitely going to be based on the players, like the fairy coupons or even the name changes. Crons and pets on the other hand are very often sold at 50% off or more, so really nothing special there. If you need those items, you can buy them. I will mention that the Artisan's Memory sale is closer to a 55% off sale, as even though it says 40% off, you are getting a bonus 100 Artisan's Memories that is not included in the initial price. An odd decision made by PA, but it is what it is. Overall though, this Artisan's Memory sale is not that insane and definitely can still be skippable. Now there are some special mentions. One of them will go to the Choose Your Own Style pack, as 2,200 outfits are generally not put on sale as often, and definitely not as high as a 50% off sale. If you are someone who likes collecting new styles, this can be a pretty decent deal as you can choose 3 of the 2,200 outfits for only 3,300 pearls. The premium tent being 25% off is also a pretty nice deal if you don't already own it. It is an extremely useful item to have and a permanent account buff, so I will always recommend it even if it's not the most insane discount ever. PA sometimes does put the tent on sale, but it's definitely not as common as other items. The same goes for the Nader's Parchments and Fences of Abundances. Definitely not as useful as the tent, but will likely be one of the higher discounts you see for these items, even if they seem a little bit lower in discount compared to some of the Cron sales. These are pretty useful items and usually not discounted as heavily as Crons. Finally, we have the Dream Mythical Gear Pack, which does contain certain horse armors for 35% off. Even though these are mostly cosmetic, these items aren't usually discounted for so high, so if you do like these certain horse armors, then it can be a decent pickup. Do keep in mind though that these horse armors will be for a specific tier and type of horse, so if you ever outgrow that tier or horse, you won't be able to use that armor anymore. But with the random sales out of the way, that's basically it for this video. Honestly, some pretty nice pre-Heidel Ball sales this week and some very interesting packs. I think every player has something that can be tempting to pick up, whether it be the 1+1 pearl packs to save for later, or even getting the refreshing Festivities pack along with some RNG boxes. These Sweet Premium packs are definitely filled with some very high value items, and end up having a pretty nice discount equivalence. As mentioned earlier, not the highest we've seen an event give for RNG boxes, but definitely the top 2 discount equivalents that we've seen recently. Considering how crazy the Blacksmith Shiny Box step-up sale was, this is still a very good sale. Even if you aren't a fan of RNG, you can still pick up pearl items for extremely cheap this week. Using some of the 1+1 pearl packs along with the 50% off discounts, you would basically be getting items at 75% off, compared to buying pearls at full price and buying items at full price. Definitely a nice time to stock up on necessary items and even an excess amount of pearls. I will warn some players though that in the upcoming weeks, Because PA knows we have an excess pearls due to the 1+1 pearl packs, they may make some worse value sales coming up to try and take all those extra pearls. I will try to make some videos in the upcoming weeks, so do look out for those if you want to know what's good to get. If I ever have to skip any week or if there are any delays, I will always post about it on my Discord server, so feel free to join that if you are interested. Either way though, I do hope you all learned something from this video, and I hope to see you all next time.